Okay guys, welcome back to Club LaRita. We still got the sign down there, maybe you can see it. And we're on phase 2 of construction. You can see we got a lovely pile of lumber over here that was a couple of $100 for, I think, 16 boards. Imagine that. And then there was some demo last night. There's a car flying by. And here's another $800 of wood. And here's what we got going on. We're rebuilding the privacy fence. Got some, since we got the pool, I've got some safety fencing up temporarily. After we get through each evening, I've been tacking that up. All right, we're going to hopefully start pulling post. There, we're going to zoom out a little bit. That's the neighbor's vehicle. Okay, and there's another pile of debris. And I've got a high lift jack there. We're going to see if that will work to pop those fence posts out of the ground without doing any digging, or at least very little. I'm going to give that a whirl next. Afternoon 3. I'm working on this in the afternoon after work. Cold front come through, so it's about 62 degrees this afternoon. I guess good for digging post holes. And speaking of which, I watched several YouTube videos about how to remove these posts. Well, I've removed posts numerous times, numerous ways, but I watched some guys that were saying use a farm jack, and the farm jack's inside. I'll show that to you as I use it again. But this one guy, he said he could pull up these posts. His 12, 13-year-old son could pull up these posts in less than 3 minutes with one of these farm jacks without digging a bit. Guys, I'm telling you, in this Alabama soil, that ain't happening. You see, I had to dig a crater here to actually pull this bad boy out of the ground with that farm jack. It's got all that concrete around it, and I've still got moving too fast like LaRita does far too often. But I've still got several just on this section, this little section we're working on right now. And I'm not looking forward to that. Looks like I am gonna have to dig some. That farm jack, I cranked on it as much as I possibly could. I had it connected with a grade 8 bolt and actually bent the bolt. So there was a tremendous amount of force on that jack. And it wasn't budging these until I dug that much out that you just saw. The goal is to remove all these posts tomorrow, get all the new posts set, let them cure for a couple of days, the concrete, and then start stringers and pickets and finish this over the long holiday weekend next week. This section anyway. There's several more sections to be done, but I work slower nowadays, but I still know how to do it, and I'm going to try to do a quality job. Talk to y'all later. Okay, maybe this gives you a better idea of how the jack works. So it's got concrete around it, but I hit that concrete a few times with a chipping bar. This is chipping bar, rock bar, and it cracked that concrete up pretty good. So the jack is actually working really good. I've picked it up probably a foot from where I've started, and I think I'm going to be able to pop it out with not a lot of digging on this one. Do apologize for the weed eater in the background, but a neighbor a couple of houses over is weed eating this afternoon. This is the process. LaRita putting in some work this morning. We gotta get this fence post out. This is gonna be our corner post we're gonna start on yet. And posto diggers heating you up?
Not yet.
Oh, they will.
I'm still cold.
They will.
It's still cold to me.
Yeah, it's a nice 50 degrees out here this morning. Good days, good posto digging weather.
Feels like 30.
It won't be for long. You keep doing them postos. All right, guys, check back in with you later. coming.
Do I need to get over there?
I don't think so. Not yet, anyway. I mean, you can. Alrighty, it's been a day or two since I actually took any video. Tried to move some of this lumber so we could get some of the pickets over there so we could get to some of the 2x4s. Got to move some more shortly. But got a little update. So we got the post set down to there. That post is ready to pull. The concrete is cure. We can backfill it. I can take the braces and then use them to make my stringers, my runners. And this is what we've got thus far. I'm going to do a board on board. You'll see more of that shortly. But yeah, these up here, this is my bump board. It just, I just made a little jig. It just sets up there. I got a clamp holding on that end. And then I've got a bump board for the second layer. And that's where we're at. Stay tuned for more. All right, guys, been working on this project about a week now, mostly in the afternoons. You know how short the afternoons are. And then last Saturday, spent about 5 hours on it. This is where we've got. This is the board on board technique I was telling you guys about. Right here. This board is overlapped by this board about 1 1/8 inches and on both sides. So there should not be a gap or a crack. Takes a little more pickets, a little extra wood, but again, there should not be a gap, a crack. Here's the neighbor's gate. I mean, you can see the cracks, right? And probably 6 months or so, if you built this fence the same way, there would be cracks. We did not want cracks. We wanted it to be completely sealed up, and that's the way we're doing it. Gonna get started on it today. Hopefully today we might get to that last fence post, and then we'll start taking down the gates. Again, just an update. This is my spacer. Whoa, wind blew my box over and dumped all my trash out. So this is my spacer board that I've been using. It's a 2x4. I got this block screwed to the back of it. It typically just sits right in there, hangs down, and it keeps my spacing fairly consistent. This that I just put it on top of, this is my bump board for the second layer. So you bring your picket up until it touches the top of this, and then your spacer will set your spacing. And as I go along, I'm checking level periodically and checking spacing periodically. About every third board or so, I'll check, maybe fourth. I'll check those two things just to true up if I need to. All right, let's get to work. Okay guys, I got me some help this afternoon working on this fence. Let's see. There we go. Let's see here. We are ready to go.
Hello.
She got her hard hat, she got her safety glasses, her nail guns. She is ready. This one did not want to give up, guys. I think they had this thing 4 feet in the ground. We have had to break it, chip it, use a hammer drill. We've thrown everything but the kitchen sink at it, but it's finally about decided to give up. Yeah, hold up and let me come over and help you. We don't want it to hit James's truck. We finally got this beast of a corner post that used to be right here up. It took us 2 whole hours to get that thing up. It had so much concrete around it. Which I really don't blame them for that, but man, we broke down and ordered a small jackhammer to work on some of the rest of it. But we got this new gate post, 6x6. It's was a 10-foot long 6x6. We got it 3 feet in the ground, and we got concrete around it curing. That's about it for this weekend. We have accomplished quite a bit. More to come. All right, it's been a while since we've done an update. Thought I'd give you a little quick one here. You ever tried to hang a gate by yourself? You have to get pretty creative, but we're working on it. As you can see, the fence itself on that side is done. Still got a pile of wood back there, some more pickets over here. Still got to set this gate post, but I wanted to get this one up first so I would know more about my spacing. All right, guys, wish me luck. I'm gonna try to get this thing up by myself today. All right, I got finished a little after dark last night. I left you with the question of, can an old man hang the gate by himself? Well, it looks like he can. One more gate to go, and about, I don't know, a couple of feet of fencing, and we are done on the west side of the house, the north side. And then we get to start working, I guess we'll probably do the south side next. But that's an update at Club LaRita, Project 2.0. Alrighty, just got through setting the next gate post. Got the old one dug out last night. The hole dug, and then today I got this one set. So there we are. There's, you probably can't see it. There's 120 pounds of sackcrete at the bottom of it, which is approximately 12 inches thick. And then we'll put all this dirt back on top of it. Getting there. Need to let it cure. I'd love to let it cure a couple of days. We'll see. I'm in kind of a rush to get this done, but it's definitely going to cure for 36, 40 hours before I start hanging a gate on it. We'll go from there. Saturday morning, and I'm finishing up the last gate frame, putting 2x4s on it so I can nail my pickets. There's a long story why I'm putting 2x4s on there, but that's another day. We got one more to do, and then a couple of little blocks on the side for the other bolts, and we'll about be done with this. Yeah, there's a big mess in the garage. I gotta clean that up today. This is where I left it last night. I'm not sure if I showed you that guys that or not, but oh yeah, I did. That's right, I did. All right, a day in the workshop here. I gotta get this cleaned out so Rita can park her car in here this afternoon. All right, guys, just keep letting y'all stay caught up on the progress.
We have already tore the fence down. We forgot to video it, but we are starting on the front side. Yeah. So Mark's been using a jackhammer to get the concrete busted up to pull out the post, just like he did on the other one. But we got a major project going.
Oh, you videoing? So, all right, guys. We worked all day at work and come home and did a little more construction. Got another post up. Got the hole dug, got the concrete cured. And as Rita's other video showed you, we caught line locators, got them to come out and mark the utilities. Because I did not want to dig into this power line. That's what the red is. And we're going to set a 6x6 somewhere over here, but we had no clue where that power line is. Fortunately, we found the gas line the other day without any problems and didn't hit it. There's also a water line in here somewhere that goes back toward the pool, the pergola. I'm going to find that. But if I was to break it, I can fix it. All right, the game plan is start digging for the 6x6s for the gate. Let all this concrete cure and then start building a fence.
So today we put up the pickets. Oh, it's been a job, but it's gonna look nice when we get done.
Yep, we're stepping up the last hole there.
Yep, still got holes we gotta fill. We gotta put another one of those, what is that size?
6x6.
6x6 in there for the gate. But yep, we got to get it. Yeah.
It's been a busy day here at Club LaRita. We got started fairly early. We went and made a run to Home Depot, bought another $170 worth of material, and then we set the last 6x6 on this side. We got that thing 3 feet in the ground with 100 pounds of concrete around it. We'll let it cure for at least 48 hours, and then we'll continue the stringers, runners, and pickets, and so forth. This side, as you can see, we got the stringers, runners on it. We built the gate. We got our gate built. So it's a long story, but I'm using 2x2s on the metal frame. I talked to the people I bought the metal frame. Since I'm doing the board on board, they don't exactly make a self-tapping screw that'll go through all of that. It's either too long or too short. And at the end of the day, we decided this was the best method, was to put the 2x4s on the metal frame, and then we can just shoot the pickets in with our impact air gun. It's been a long day, I can't really talk. And he said honestly that's probably faster shooting them in than using the self-tapping screws. So it worked on the other 2 gates, so that's what we're continuing to do. All right, guys, we're going to finish this, probably take a couple of weeks break, and then we'll probably do another 24 feet. We're having to do this. It's so expensive. We're having to do it as we can afford it and as we have time. And it's just so expensive. We've had some other expenses lately, and yeah, it's really put a drain on the funds for the fence. But we're gonna get there slowly but surely. All right, guys, thanks.